Hello students, let's start with the another concept in rotational dynamic, which is nothing but conical pendulum. You might have seen a simple pendulum instead. Simple pendulum is nothing but a small stone tied to a inextensible and weightless string that is connected to a rigid support. Here we have drawn the simple pendulum where this red color ball represents a small stone and it is connected to the string and it is tied to a rigid support at point O. You know in what way you can use a stone tied to a string. Let us consider, suppose this is a stone tied to a string. Now I can use it in two different ways. First one is I can oscillate it. See, it is performing linear oscillation. Second thing, I can move this stone or this bob or this heavy material in a horizontal circle so that it describes a horizontal circular motion. I can use it in two different ways. Okay, so this simple pendulum used in such a way that its particle or its stone perform circular motion will be called as conical pendulum. Let us see first the definition of simple pendulum and conical pendulum. See, as here written, a small heavy metallic sphere means bob. This heavy metallic sphere is called as bob of the pendulum. Connected to a rigid support by means of flexible string is called as simple pendulum. So simple pendulum can be used in two different ways, as I can make it to perform oscillation, means to and fro motion. The pendulum can move in an oscillatory path and it can perform oscillation. So such type of motion will be called as oscillatory motion. Now second thing, if I use the pendulum, same pendulum, simple pendulum, in such a way, say the next figure, where it is to be rotated in a horizontal circle. When you observe it, you will see that the entire arrangement means bob, string, and along with this rigid support, this entire arrangement is going to make a cone in a space. This particular type of pendulum or a simple pendulum used in such a manner will be called as conical pendulum. So again, let us see the definition of conical pendulum. If a bob of a simple pendulum is rotated in a horizontal circle, then the entire arrangement is going to make a cone in a space. A simple pendulum used in such a way is called as conical pendulum. Now, what is our objective over here? Why we are studying conical pendulum? Here we will have to find out the time period of conical pendulum. So before deriving the expression of time period, first and foremost thing, let us see what is time period. You might have seen the revolution of Earth. You can say it is a periodic motion as it is completing its one circular motion in 365 days. So I can say that the time period of Earth revolution is 365 days. So time period is nothing but the time taken by a particle or the object to perform one set of motion, whatever be the type of motion. whether it is circular motion, whether it is rotational motion, or it is oscillatory motion, provided that the motion should be periodic. So time period is nothing but time taken by a particle to complete one set of motion. Here we are going to observe the time period of this bob, as here we have set the bob of the pendulum into a horizontal circle such that the entire arrangement is making a cone in a space. So we will have to find out the time period of this bob. How will you find out the time period of the bob? For that, let us find out the formula for time period. How you are going to find out the formula for time period? We all know that velocity of a particle is nothing but, not velocity, it is a speed. It is nothing but distance upon time. So in the same way I can write speed of a particle is nothing but distance. What is the distance traveled by the particle in one circular motion? Obviously it is nothing but the circumference of a circle. So what is the distance covered by the particle? It is 2 pi r upon. What is time? As I just now explained you the time period. So time period is denoted by capital T. So I will write it as T. V is equal to 2 pi r upon T. In the start of the rotational dynamic, I have taught you one formula that V is equal to r omega. So I will substitute this V over here. I am going to get r omega is equal to 2 pi r upon T. R will get cancelled. Then I will get time period T is equal to 2 pi by omega. So with this formula we are going to find out the time period of this conical pendulum. Please keep it in mind that we will have to find out time period. For that, the only necessary thing is angular velocity. Let's see how it is to be calculated. First and foremost thing, suppose the simple pendulum is in a state of rest, just like this. So let us find out the forces acting on this simple pendulum. I will say that the bob will be simple, very simple force is a force of gravity acting in a vertically downward direction. So I will write it as mg. If you want to draw it in this diagram, you can draw it. Mg is acting in the vertically downward direction. Now question arises here, if one force is acting on the bob, then the bob, why not the bob is moving in the direction of the force? Because this bob is connected with this string. It is connected with this string. So that is why the bob is not moving in the direction of force. So it means what? In the string there must be a certain force which is balancing the weight mg. Yes, that force is called as tension in a string. So tension acting in a vertically upward direction, and it will not let the bob to move in the direction of gravity. Similarly here, when the pendulum is in a state of rest, two forces are acting. One is mg directed in a vertically downward direction, and the second one is tension T in a string. Let us calculate its time period. Before that, let's do certain let us consider certain quantities. Let small m be the mass of the bob, T is the tension acting on the string, H is a vertical height of a pendulum. Vertical height means what? It is a distance between point of suspension O to the surface of the bob. This is H. So from point O to this point of suspension to this point, to the surface of the bob, is called as vertical height. Now, suppose the bob is taken to the position B. We are observing the horizontal circular motion of the, obviously for its rotation we will have to give the velocity which should be tangential. So here at this position B, since B is on a horizontal circle, what are the forces acting on the bob? Here, distance between point O and the surface of the bob is H, this distance. It is called as vertical height. And this distance, the distance between point O and the center of gravity of the bob. Remember here radius R of the bob is also included. So here this slanted length is L. This length is L. And let theta is the angular displacement in the bob. So how we are going to find out? First and foremost thing, mark out the forces acting on the bob in a displaced position. So again let us find out. Obviously there will be two forces, tension T and mg, but here mg, what is the direction of mg? It is directed in a vertically downward direction. mg is having the same direction in both the cases, in a state of rest as well as in a state of displacement. Now second thing, what is our point of concern over here? Tension T. This time tension T is not directed in the same direction because tension T will always be along the string. So this tension T is directed in this direction along the string T. So here our tension T is slightly displaced. What was the original position of the tension T? Let us draw the original position. Yes, it is vertically upward. This is the original direction, as these two tensions are parallel. This is the original direction of the tension T in a stationary position. By what angle the tension T is shifted? Let that angle is also theta. This is just not the assumption. We all know that these two are parallel line and this line is intersecting the parallel line. So this is going to make alternate angle. So if this angle is theta, this will also be theta. So you might be knowing that here we will have to resolve this tension into two parts. First one is T cos theta. T cos theta is along this vertical line, while the second one is the component of this vector which is perpendicular to it is T sin theta. So how many forces are there? Initially there were two forces, T and mg, but here we are having three forces. Mg, as tension T is completely resolved, T cos theta and t sine theta. So t cos theta is vertically upward and mg is vertically downward. Let us quickly write down the equation of equilibrium over here. As we all know that the bob is neither moving in the upward direction nor in a downward direction. It shows that at this particular point, this vertically upward force is exactly balancing the downward force. So very first equation which I will write from the diagram is t cos theta is equal to mg, equation 1. Second thing, see the direction of t sine theta. This t sine theta, I think it is directed along the radius towards the center. So obviously this t sine theta is going to provide necessary centripetal force. In the last lecture we had seen, in the last to last lecture we had seen the two formulas for the centripetal force. One is mv square upon r. It is also equal to mr omega square. So here in this derivation we are going to use this formula. So our second equation about the t sine theta, from the diagram we all know that t sine theta is equal to mr omega square. Give this one as equation number 2. Now again, by using the same analysis as that of the banking off-road, dividing equation 2 by equation 1, we will be getting LHS will be divided separately and RHS will be divided separately. T sine theta upon T cos theta is equal to mr omega square upon mg. See here, T will get cancelled, will get cancelled. Sine theta upon cos theta will become 2 r omega square upon g. R omega square upon g. Now again from the diagram, first and foremost thing, give this one as equation number 3. Now from the diagram, see here, this angle is theta. This angle OCD is a right angle triangle. So applying the trigonometric rules to this right angle triangle, what is the formula of tan theta? As we have to write down the value of tan theta over here. So tan theta is nothing but opposite side divided by adjacent side. What is the opposite side? Opposite side is nothing but CB. So far we have completed tan theta is equal to r omega square upon g. Now let us substitute the value of tan theta from this diagram. How will you find out the value of tan theta from the diagram? See here, theta, use the trigonometric rule. Tan theta is nothing but opposite upon adjacent. So opposite side is nothing but the radius of a circle. This line BC is nothing but the radius of a circle, and adjacent side is the vertical height of the pendulum, which is nothing but h. So put the value of tan theta in this equation. We are going to substitute the value of tan theta over here. Tan theta is nothing but opposite upon adjacent, r upon h. So here we have written r upon h is equal to, RHS will remain as it is, r omega square upon g. Then r is going to cancel. We are going to get omega square is equal to g upon h. Then omega is equal to square root of g upon h. Then after that, we all know as we have discussed, this time period is having one equation, omega is equal to 2 pi by t, which is equal to square root of g upon h. Then t will become, formula for t is 2 pi square root of g upon h. Then taking this quantity in the numerator, we will be getting, it will be a reversal. T is equal to 2 pi into square root of h upon g. So time period will become 2 pi square root of h upon g. Now how to write down this formula h in terms of L? See here, from the same triangle OCB, let us find out the value of cos theta. Cos theta is nothing but adjacent side upon opposite. What is the adjacent side? H. What is the opposite side? L. So we all know that cos theta is equal to h upon L. Then from this equation I can write h is equal to L cos theta. Substitute the value of h as L cos theta in this equation 4. You will be getting time period, final expression for the time period t is 2 pi square root of L, and h is replaced by L cos theta divided by g. Similarly, formula for the frequency n, it is a reciprocal of time period. So if you want to write down the formula for the frequency, your formula will become, everything will be reversed. So here it will become 1 upon 2 pi. This ratio will also get reversed, will be there in root only. So it will become g upon L cos theta. This is the expression for the frequency of a conical pendulum. So far we have completed the concept of conical pendulum. Let us quickly revise it. First and foremost thing, if the question asks you about this conical pendulum, what that question will be, define what is conical pendulum and derive the expression of time period. So first and foremost thing, you will have to define the conical pendulum. How you are going to define it? If a bob of a simple pendulum is rotated in such a way that it performs horizontal circular motion, then the entire arrangement of a simple pendulum is going to make a cone in a space. See how it is making a cone in a space. So simple pendulum used in such a way will be called as conical pendulum. Now we will have to find out the time period. For the time period, how you are going to start? For that, you will have to draw the forces acting on the bob of the pendulum in a displaced position. So here we have taken displaced position of a bob, which is point B. So at this particular position, forces acting on the bob, there will be only two forces. One is mg and the second is tension in the string. So this tension T is slightly resolved into two components, T cos theta and T sin theta. Now this T cos theta is vertically upward and mg is vertically downward. Equating this, very first equation we are going to write is T cos theta is equal to mg. Second equation, T sin theta is directed along the radius towards the center. So T sin theta is equal to mr omega square, because this is nothing but the centripetal force. So here, just dividing equation 2 by equation 1, we are going to get TT will get cancelled in LHS, MM will be cancelled in RHS. We are going to get tan theta is equal to r omega square upon g. Then here at this point you will have to write down the formula for tan theta by using this diagram. So tan theta can be written as opposite upon adjacent. opposite side is R and adjacent side is adjacent side is H. So R upon H is equal to R omega square upon G. R will get cancelled. We are going to get the formula for omega square as G by H. Then we will get omega as square root of G by H. Then we will have to substitute the formula for omega as 2 pi by T, which is equal to square root of G by H. Then time period is finally going to have the formula 2 pi by square root of G upon H. Then time period will be written as 2 pi square root of H upon G. After that, you'll have to write this H in terms of L. So H can be written as, by using this diagram only, H can be written as L cos theta. Substitute the value of H as L cos theta. You are going to get the final expression of time period, and if you reverse it, you are going to get the formula of frequency. So this is all about conical pendulum. So hope you all have understood. Thank you.